Good evening. You are watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. Assigned by His Majesty, the Minister of State Governor of Dhofar presides over the screening of a display titled Movement of Man on Land of Oman at Samahram Archaeological Park. The State Council discusses the Heron Trade Combat Draft Law. And Relief and Shelter Sector, in cooperation with the National Committee for Emergency Management, launches My Wilaya is Ready initiative.
أبناء عمان الأوفياء، لقد عرف العالم عمان عبر تاريخها العريق والمشرف كيانا حضاريا فاعلا ومؤثرا في نماء المنطقة وازدهارها واستتباب الأمن والسلام فيها. تتناوب الأجيال على إعلاء رأيتها وتحرص على أن تظل رسالة عمان للسلام تجوب العالم حاملة إرثا عظيما وغايات سامية.
Assigned by His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq, Sayyid Mohammed bin Sultan al-Busaidi, Minister of State Governor of Dhofar, presided over the screening of a display titled Movement of Man on Land of Oman at Samahram Archaeological Park. The documentary, which resounds over one of the hills of Samahram archaeological sites with acoustic effects on the background, spans the history of Oman through the ages till the modern age. More details in the following report by Mohammed bin Nasser Al-Yafi.
Assigned by His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq, may Allah protect him, His Excellency Sayyid Mohammed bin Sultan al-Busaidi, Minister of State and Governor of Dhofar, presided over the opening of the visual display titled The Human Movement Within the Land of Oman at Samahram Archaeological Park in the Governorate of Dhofar. The visual display, which resounds over one of the hills of Samahram archaeological sites with acoustic effects on the background, spans the history of Oman through the ages till the modern age. The visual display was produced in an innovative and attractive manner. It explored the depth of Omani history and its impact on the events over this geographical entity through the ages and times.
This project is a big goal for the cultural historical tourism because it contains two different aims. The first aim is to educate the people how started the Omanis, their life on their country in Oman. And the second thing is to achieve important step to develop the cultural, historical, and history and entertainment at the same time. This is the two goals which is behind this project.
The documentary was executed by the Office of His Majesty, the Sultan's Advisor for Cultural Affairs, seeks to enrich archaeological and cultural tourism and highlight many aspects of the glorious history of Oman from the ancient time to the present time. For Oman TV News, Mohammed bin Nasser al-Yafi'i, Samahram Archaeological Park, Governorate of Dhofar.
The State Council discussed the Head Trade Combat Draft Law forwarded from the Council of Ministers within the plans to develop regulations and policies related to attracting investments and enhancing the national economy. The members of the State Council pointed out during the discussions that there are more than 100,000 establishments in the Sultanate with no Omani manpower. They discussed ways to facilitate procedures and support citizens to start up a commercial and industrial businesses. The session was chaired by His Excellency Dr. Yahya bin Mahfouz al-Mandhari, Chairman of the State Council. Shura Council Office discussed in its meeting today a number of governmental responses on queries put forward by members of the Council. This includes Omanization percentage in the governmental companies and the efforts exerted to enable Omanis in the leading positions in those companies. The responses also cover the economic revenues to the cultural landmarks and development of study curricula. The meeting was presided over by His Excellency Sheikh Khalid bin Hilal al-Ma'wali, Chairman of the Shura Council. Relief and Shelter Sector, in cooperation with the National Committee for Emergency Management, launched My Wilaya is Ready initiative. This comes within the efforts exerted by the Sultanate to provide shelters and relief items for those affected by emergency situations. The initiative aims to prepare the participants and qualify them to be trainers in the relief and shelter sector in various governorates of the Sultanate. The initiative also aims to facilitate follow-up work of social development committees and activate their roles in the relief and shelter sector, in addition to making focal points in the governorates. Still to come in our news bulletin. Due to climate change, the Italian Alps are under threat with shrinking glaciers, and avalanches are more common than ever. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. To enhance the culture of religious tolerance, understanding, and coexistence among cultures and nations, Oman's Message of Islam exhibition is held at Al-Sharqiyya University. More details in the following report.
After touring more than 140 cities in 39 countries around the world, to present a picture of the tolerance of Islam and its values and principles, Oman's Message of Islam exhibition is held at Al-Sharqiyya University in the Wilaya of Ibra in North Al-Sharqiyya Governorate.
This exhibition, Oman's Message of Islam, provides an insight to the visitors about the importance of living together in harmony and also the importance of religious tolerance, peaceful coexistence among people around the world. This exhibition already visited more than 39 countries around the world in more than 140 cities and carry this message to the world that we can achieve the goals of living together by working together and by accepting these values all together.
The exhibition represents the Sultanate's keenness to enhance the culture of religious tolerance, understanding, and coexistence among cultures and nations.
The main idea of the exhibition of Islam is to tell the story of what the Islam believes in terms of coexistence among people, coexistence and understanding of different cultures, and that the only way for people to live in harmony is to respect each other's belief and religion and culture, and try together to promote a life of peace and harmony.
From the first time I had approached this country, I found people are so amicable, so nice, so easy to help others. They are possessing really very high morals and so polite. Actually, they are so polite. They are so easy. They have very high tolerance. Really, they have very high tolerance. And this exhibition is representing this tolerance. Clearly, I have noticed that this exhibition is a reflection of the tolerance of Oman people.
The exhibition seeks to spread positive messages adopted from verses of the Holy Quran and the Noble Sunnah. Besides, there is a corner for Arabic calligraphy, showcasing how Arabic alphabets are used to convey noble values in an elegant style. For the Sultanate of Oman Television, صالح بن خلفان الرحبي, North الشرقية, Governorate.
The Economic Forum 2020 in the Governorate of North Sharqiya revealed that an area of 16 million square meters is allocated for an industrial zone in the Wilaya of Mdhibi. The forum highlighted the private sector future partnership targeting industry, mining, and the logistic service sectors in the Governorate. The event discusses the economic issues and challenges facing the region and finding suitable solutions for them in the midst of the international variables. The forum included presenting visual shows on available investment opportunities in the Governorate and incentives provided for investors, in addition to the services provided by the government. The Economic Forum 2020 came within the framework of introducing the role of free zones in economic diversification and encouraging local and foreign investments. The number of residential land plots granted in various governorates of the Sultanate reached 2,069 by the end of last January, compared to 2,939 land plots granted by the end of February 2019. According to the initial data issued by the National Center for Statistics and Information, the number of residential land plots granted in the Governorate of Dhofar reached 795. And it's the highest, while the number of granted residential land plots in North Sharqiya Governorate reached 410. In North Al-Batina Governorate, the number of residential land plots granted reached 228, while in Muscat Governorate, they reached 216. The Sultanate participated for the third year in the 17th Travel and Adventure Exhibition held at the main exhibition and convention center in the U.S. capital, Washington. The Omani Pavilion attracted a great number of visitors. It highlighted the tourism advantages in the Sultanate. More than 300 bodies took part in the event, representing tourism organizations, travel agencies, resorts, and airline companies from various countries in the world, in addition to the American media establishments specialized in the tourism field. The Italian Alps are under attack by climate change, with a consistent temperature increase And more extreme weather fronts, glaciers are shrinking, and the risks of avalanches are becoming more common than ever. Here's a report.
In the Dolomites, a range of 18 alpine peaks granted World Heritage status, the huge Marmolada Glacier was once big enough for Austrian soldiers in World War I to build an impressive 12-kilometer warren of tunnels inside. Previously known as the Ice City, today nothing remains of the network of alleyways and sleeping quarters, and experts have calculated if the glacier continues to shrink at the current level, it will have disappeared by 2090. Hundreds of thousands of skiers visit the area every year, and now, as in most places in the Alps, artificial snow regularly has to be pumped from machines day and night in order to keep the piste usable. The change in weather, coupled with the makeup of the terrain and the structure of the snow, has led to the likelihood of avalanches becoming more frequent.
Cold seasons are shorter and temperatures suddenly change, so we have very hot seasons and very cold seasons, with stronger and frequent intense weather events.
According to an Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change special report used to help the UN make climate change policy, glaciers, snow, ice and permafrost are declining, leading to an increased risk of landslides, avalanches, rockfalls and floods. Twice a month throughout the year, members of the Italian Alpine Rescue Service, many of whom are volunteers, gather for avalanche training 2,000 meters up the mountain. The team need to move quickly using helicopters to spot the location where the avalanche has happened. Sniffer dogs and GPS devices are used to locate the people under the snow, and once identified, frantic digging takes place to pull those buried out to safety.
The feeling of finding a person under the snow is rewarding. It motivates us to work in the alpine rescue and continue to save lives.
For the people who live and work in the mountains, they have learned to live with the change in conditions around them. Probably over the next few years, they will just have to go higher up the mountain to continue skiing on the remaining snow cover. The shrinking glaciers will mean less fresh water supply, and the climbers snaking their way up the iced waterfalls may not be able to do it for too much longer, but for the moment they are learning to adapt.
This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's news bulletin, here are the main points once again. As signed by His Majesty, the Minister of State Governor of the FAR presides over the screening of a display titled Movement of Man on Land of Oman at Samahram Archaeological Park. The State Council discusses beheading trade combat draft law. And relief and shelter sector, in cooperation with the National Committee for Emergency Management, launches My Wilaya is Ready initiative. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, thank you for watching and have a good night.